How did I close this $7,000 project, and how did they find my agency? Every creative hits this wall. How to get clients to pay you more without sounding desperate. Today, I'm going to be going over how I closed a $7,000 project and even bump that client's budget even higher, and how I went through a process that actually works. And I'll be documenting behind the scenes of my day in the life as an agency owner, husband, and father. Let's go.
Want to say hi?
Hi.
So see you later.
See you later at the gate.
Okay, so the game plan for this morning, I am going to go to the car wash first because my car is absolutely filthy. They were doing some landscaping, outdoor work outside the office, and they always freaking blow all the dust right onto my car, and I have a matte black wrap, so it looks brown right now. Need to go to the grocery store, need to get some snacks for production days. Got to set up for production at 12:30 p.m. They're coming for hair and makeup at 10 a.m. So I'm gonna make the studio look presentable. And while I do that, I'll go over how I close this project. Car wash complete. It is 9 a.m. I am on a time crunch. I was gonna get a morning workout in. I don't think I have time. We need to go to the grocery store real quick, grab some waters, grab some snacks. We just pulled up to Natural Grocers, but I wanted to go over my morning routine real quick. It pretty much sets the foundation and sets the tone for the rest of my day. I always start my day with journaling. No matter what, I'll start my day with journaling in the morning. This morning, fortunately, I got to do it with Grayson.
Journaling.
Journaling.
I asked him a few questions, and he's such a funny dude.
What are you grateful for?
Present.
Presents?
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Spider-Man. And Wolverine. And Deadpool.
Wolverine and Deadpool.
But I always take my vitamins as well, and my allergies are so bad here in Arizona. I have no idea why, but whenever I take all these vitamins, it just helps clears it, or else if I don't, I'm just all congested for the rest of the day, and it kind of just ruins my freaking mood, to be honest. But time to go get some snacks, and I'll see you guys at the office. Just spent $101 at Natural Grocers, but that's well worth the investment to make a good first impression. I'll dive into that in just a little bit. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I have this room back here set up. I don't know if that's
really,
enough room.
really nice in here.
All right, we're back in the lab, but I had a thought while I was grocery shopping. So many creatives undervalue themselves because they're stuck in the cycle of working with low budget clients and low paying clients, and more or less living paycheck to paycheck, even though you're running your own business. If that's you, I would ask yourself, what would it take to find clients who actually value your worth and are willing to pay a little bit more for a good service? For me, it all started with understanding how to position myself as a go-to expert in this saturated industry and price myself based on value and not time. Until you get to a point where you're able to do that, that's when you're able to work with higher budget projects, start closing bigger retainer clients, and not have to fight for pennies and compete on price anymore, but it's all based off value, and that's what we will be diving into later. Here's the thing about closing higher paying clients. It's not all about the service. Of course, yes, that's great, but you have to understand their true pain points and really dissect what that is, understand what problems they're having in their business, and your service is ultimately going to be the solution to that. Until you get to that point, you're not going to be able to charge a lot more than you are right now. For our specific client today, they needed a local team here in Scottsdale. They needed quick turnaround. They needed someone who could handle all the logistics here on site and has a studio in North Scottsdale. That's why we stood out. Little things like grabbing snacks for a production day might seem small, but it's all part of creating an experience for your clients. When you're able to make their lives a lot easier by offering a great experience and just providing a good customer service, that's when they're willing to pay your premium. But time to get ready for this production. So grabbing things like a nice water, spending a couple dollars more for something that's premium and not just your mediocre like Arrowhead water just improves that overall client experience. It's like when you walk into like a Louis Vuitton store and they hand you like a really nice bottle of water, maybe like a glass Voss water, and you're like, oh wow, I'm getting treated very well. The experience here is great. I want to spend more money. Same thing at a creative agency. Those little things are what's going to help separate you from all the other videographers and agencies in the area, because now you're offering a premium service, you're able to charge a premium as well. All right, quick pro tip. You want to make a good first impression when clients walk in. So you already know we got a little assortment of snacks right here because it's a morning production. People might be hungry, they might be in a rush while they're getting ready, and they didn't get anything to eat. So, having a quick bite here, having some waters here, all that adds to the presentation because at the end of the day, your client wants to get taken care of. If you're not taking care of them, not just for the service, but for everything else, it comes full circle. Take good care of them and provide a good service, provide a good experience, and that's when clients are willing to pay a premium. All right, guys, time to get all set up for today's production. We are going to be utilizing the front lobby space. This is most likely going to be the angle where we get a nice light and area look, but still get some life to it. I might take down this canvas, but we got the wood slat wall with a white brick wall and a little bit of greenery. I'll probably take out this mirror, and not sure if we're going to be standing or sitting yet, but this is most likely going to be the vibe right here. Here's a wider shot of the front lobby. We got some seating area for people to kind of watch their interview process. We're going to be running a 2-camera setup. We've got an FX3 with a 35mm art lens 1.4. B cam will be a A7S3 with probably a 75mm focal length or 85mm. Not sure how much room we got and how tight it'll look. And then lighting, key light will be a 300D Mark II with a softbox light dome 2 from Aperture. Fill light, usually I do a 120D from Aperture with a lantern to get a little bit more spread of light to get more fill in the room and make it look nice and bright. And then for the rim light, usually we do a Nanlite Pavo tube, and I usually hit it from the back of the head down to the back shoulder, and it kind of helps separate them from the background and looks very nice. So 3-light setup. I'll show you guys once we get all set up, but I do have a call coming up right now in the next 5 minutes. Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Gordon.
Chris.
Nice to meet you.
Gordon.
We got the hair and makeup team right in the back right.
Where should I?
We can leave it right up here.
All right.
Did you fly in town?
Yesterday
Oh,
evening.
where are you from?
San Jose.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Chris, right?
That's right.
Perfect. Hey, good morning, brother.
Yo, what's up? We technically talked about those other 3 videos from the compensation of this current invoice, which, by the way, I'm sending you another payment today, is instead of using that footage, because after so many ads, it kind of gets a little bit kind of the same, so I can't really use it too much. This would go a lot further for us and to generate sales. What if we just, instead of doing the extra 3 videos, we brought this in and did a small just product shoot to get the professional photos of this. Back for that ass on the golf course, right?
Bam!
Ready for today's production?
Ready for today's production. We got the FX3 with the 1635 and then 35-150.
Of course, typical camera head, just going to camera gear and
Typical, right?
Yep, filming that interview in the front lobby today. We're doing 2 different interviews, about 30 to 45 minutes each. Not sure how long they'll drag on, but shouldn't drag on too long.
Yeah, and then just 2 interviews in the same setup, right? We're not going.
2 interviews in the same setup.
Cool.
Only thing is I gotta cover up that thermostat with the green plant. I'll probably take off the painting off the wall. That might be a little distracting. And then gotta see if we want to sit or stand.
Yeah, for sure. And then using that back slat wall as the background for the.
We're gonna go in the corner, so white brick wall with a slat wall.
Gotcha.
In that corner.
Nope.
You get nice weather in San Jose.
Yeah, typically it doesn't get too sweltering hot.
We might put lantern on the 300D since that one's way stronger.
For sure.
Working on some footage and a video ad for one of our Zen competitor clients, Xylo. All right, guys, we are all set up for production. We are doing a 3-camera setup, actually. I didn't realize it was a 2-person interview, 2 people talking back and forth for about an hour 15. So we're doing 1 long-form video, 3 short-form reels.
Okay.
So I'm going to mic check while they
And they're
talk.
cutting during you're like doing snippets, so it's not going to be.
It's not going to be
like
one long
video.
Denise and
Okay.
Chris show.
Okay, good.
I think, I think big picture.
As you mentioned, that my actually first job in the travel industry was with a car rental company. Somebody makes a difference, and if you can make them feel important, then they're going to have a better overall experience.
All right, guys, just wrapped up production. How do you think it went?
I think it went super smoothly. They were pretty good on camera, so there's no hiccups at all. And then this is just an interview setup, so it went super smooth. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, just about like an hour long talking back and forth. And most of the clips I think will just be her talking.
Yeah.
The micro clip, so just like 3 short clips of her.
Yep.
And just kind of cutting out some spaces in between. And yeah, pretty straightforward.
delete the whole thing.
What is this? Oh, this is a black truffle.
Black truffle with
Black.
bacon. We got lunch going down.
Yep. And this
Woo! So we are picking it up from the next day. Yesterday, I did go play some basketball, went to the gym, and then went home to hang out with the fam. Didn't get a film, but we are going to pick up where we left off. How did I close the $7,000 project, and how did they find my agency? Honestly, one of the biggest ways all these companies like PayPal, out-of-state companies, when they look for a local team in Scottsdale, 50%, if not more of the time, they find us through Google. All thanks to good SEO on my website. They do find us organically. I don't run any paid ads on Google. And this is how I close all the bigger projects that are coming out of town. They're looking for a Scottsdale team, and they always end up moving forward with us. And before I do any interaction, I have a whole automated sequence of when they fill out my lead capture form on my website. I send out an automated questionnaire, ask all the right questions, understand the project details to see if it's a good fit. And most importantly, I ask, what is your ideal investment to bring this project to life? And always use the word investment, never use the word budget. So after reviewing the scope on the questionnaire, scrolling down to the very bottom and seeing what they put for their ideal investment to bring this project to life, the client said they were willing to pay 5 to 7K. That was in their budget on the questionnaire. But then on the discovery call, I ask again, what is your ideal investment to bring this project to life? No more milk. So you're probably wondering why I ask the question again while I'm on the call. I just want to reiterate to see if the number has changed, to see if there's more flexibility with the budget, and usually there's always some wiggle room. So I asked the question again on the call, what is your ideal investment? And she mentioned, she didn't say anything about 5 to 7K, but she mentioned, I think we have upwards towards 8K to bring this project to life. Now, before I mention on the questionnaire, you mentioned 5 to 7K. Is that your budget? And she'll be like, yeah. In this scenario, I didn't mention the numbers at all, even though I already knew what the rough answer was. I just wanted to reiterate and ask again, what is your, ideal investment? And she mentioned upwards to 8K. So just by doing that on a call, that's how you can have more opportunities to increase the budget for a project. Obviously, I'm not trying to, squeeze as much money out of her as I can. I just want to make sure it's fair for what we're creating and make sure there's room for budget to bring the project to life. For this specific project, it's a very, very easy corporate interview style. So 7K would have been still a stretch. 5K would have been very doable as well, to be honest. We did land towards that. We did land on the 7K package. The 8K package just had more deliverables and they didn't need the deliverables. Overall, I am very happy with the package we did close because it's a very good client to have under our belt. It's a good connection and relationship to keep nurturing. And it's overall just a pretty easy project in general. We shot the production, made good connections here in person, and when they do need a team here in Scottsdale, you already know who they're going to be hitting up. So here's what made that whole process doable and just so easy on my end. It's because I had systems in place. I had automated workflows in place that I spent a lot of time on setting up on the front end. Without doing any of that, my whole sequence wouldn't have been automated. I would have had to been on my phone, responding to emails, sending out questionnaires, scheduling calls, doing all these back and forth things that would probably take a lot of my time, a couple hours throughout the day. And let's say I have a big production that day. I don't have time to be responding back and forth. And if I don't respond to that client, I'm probably going to lose out on that project because they probably didn't hear from me till maybe the end of the day, if not the next day, and they're probably reaching out to a bunch of different bids from other agencies, and if I didn't respond, I never would have got that project. For me being so prompt in my response and scheduling this call, that's how I was able to close that project because I had the automated sequence. She appreciated how prompt and responsive I was, and that's why they moved forward with our agency. It's because we had these automations in place that helped me save a lot more time. And the only way I'm able to do that is when I'm able to be removed from working in the business to now working on the business. And by in the business, I mean doing pre-production work, going out, being behind the camera, doing production work, going to my computer, doing editing for the project. Most of you guys are probably doing a lot of it by yourself, but it's only when you're able to trust in other team members and bring on either contractors or full-time employees to help alleviate all that stress and workload that, you could trust in them that they'll even do a better job than you at doing whatever it is that you're hiring them on for, but for you to be removed and to work on the business and to work on the business side, creating your automations, understanding your systems, doing all these things that will actually scale and create a profitable agency. At the end of the day, it's all about balance. Running a business is great, but nothing beats coming home to this little guy and taking a moment to appreciate life outside the studio. This is why I do what I do. It's not just about landing big clients, it's about building something that supports the life you want. And if I can do it, you can too. So if you want to stop playing small and you want to start landing high paying clients, you have to join my Creative Business Lab. I created this course specifically for videographers, photographers, people who are feeling stuck in their business because maybe you're just a one-man team. You're doing everything yourself from the creative side all the way to the business side, but you're swamped working in the business and you don't have time to work on the business. Lead generation, marketing, sales, running ads, everything to get more clients. There's only so much time in the day that you could allocate towards building your business, but when you're swamped in the day-to-day of doing production, post-production work, you have little time in between. In the Creative Business Lab, I drop all my strategies, how I built my agency, how I've helped hundreds of students around the world build their dream agencies. And the most important thing is to build financial stability and build your dream life outside of the studio, outside of work. To be able to have more freedom back in your life to, hang out with your family, or maybe book that nice vacation for your family that you never thought was possible. If this hit home and this is something you need, click the link in my description to learn more. Alright guys, so if this video gave you guys any value and you watched it all the way up to this point, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It's going to motivate me a shit ton more to just keep pumping out these videos. And if there's anything else you guys want to see, just drop a comment below and I'd be happy to create that for you. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep creating.